Hello soul family, good morning. When I started to do this video, it was 4:44 a.m. I've been up since 2 a.m. I cannot sleep. I was having crazy dreams. I was having a dream about, I didn't write it down, so I don't really remember the whole thing. I do remember I was having a dream about water, and Spirit was showing me a message about the water because I was seeing healing. Like the water bottle had a sticker on it that said healing, but then it was like another spirit came back or came in and took me back in time to show me that the water bottles actually had the word war printed on them, and the spirit, it was like, I don't even know, it was like a person, like a spirit that manifested into this human it was like a man, I don't know who it was, and he just took the water bottle and he turned it around and it said war on it. And I swore I would remember the rest of the dream. But I've been awake since 2 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep after that dream, and I was trying to figure out, the symbolic meaning of it. And what came to mind while I was laying in bed was water is life. Water represents your spirit. At least that's, what came up when I was laying in bed. And the message that came through was, we are in a war, a spiritual war. So protect your soul. And then once that message came through, everything felt, all that, like racking my brain trying to figure out what the dream meant kind of went away. And then I seen the water bottle get turned around again and it said peace. So I was like, okay, that's amazing. So the message for you guys is to protect your soul. Don't fall into no negative BS because everything is crumbling and falling apart. Well, at least that's what it seems like. And everything that is falling apart is because it's happening at a spiritual collective level. Like everything that's happening is not just affecting everyone, it's affecting everything. The planet, nature, the humans, the animals. I mean, everything living is being affected and everything living is changing. There is a war going on, and the war that's happening is in the heavens, or, and I don't mean that like how I used to think heaven was, but I mean that in a sense like it's a spiritual war. Ever since I was a little girl, I always knew that there was going to be a World War III, but it wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be a physical war like World War II was a physical war. It was going to be a spiritual war, but it was going to affect us on a physical level, which it is. But we're not going to go to war and have drop nuclear bombs and send troops over to countries to kill. This war is a different kind of war. We're not at war with each other. We are at war to save our soul. So we're fighting back on a physical level to, fight for our freedom, our sovereignty. Okay, so that kind of just came out. That wasn't part of my video. I told you guys yesterday I was working on a video. I wanted to talk about this eclipse energy. And I tried to get it out to you guys last night, but when I got home from work, I was too tired. Hold on, let me sip my coffee. Okay, so most of you may already know that it's eclipse season. Eclipse season is upon us. Today is the lunar eclipse. There's a full moon out there. When I woke up this morning, I went out on the porch and it was gorgeous, you guys. It's clear, no clouds. I could see the planets. The moon it was like a weird feeling though. I don't know. I got a weird, I had a weird connection with the moon when I looked at it. It was sort of eerie, but I don't know if it was eerie in a way that I should be scared. It was like eerie in a way that I was aware. I was aware like something big. And this something big could just be that we are literally in the energy vortex. Today is June 5th. It's the lunar eclipse. And we're in it. We're in it, you guys. You know, the eclipse season can be very crazy. It could bring up unexpected or unpredictable surprises, which can potentially affect you or throw you off balance. Me personally, I've been feeling this for weeks. And I've been struggling with it. I think I even mentioned it in some of my videos that I've been off balance, out of alignment, and I just didn't know what was going on. It didn't even dawn on me to think that eclipse season was right around the corner. You know, I'm not that big in astrology, so it's not like the first thing that I look at when I wake up in the morning, you know? So I have to be more conscious, aware of what's going on in the cosmos, because what's going on in the cosmos really does play a huge role for us as humans. Most of the time when I get information about the cosmos, it's because I was listening to either Braca or Aluna Ash talks about, you know, the energy of the planets from time to time. And I'm like, oh, wow, a lunar eclipse is coming up. I gotta, you know, make sure that I'm up so I can see the eclipse, you know. I don't think I've ever, one time I've seen a lunar eclipse, do the whole eclipse thing. And I was living in, oh God, where was I living? It was in Florida by Kissimmee in Polk County. I remember sitting on my balcony of the apartment complex that I lived at with my roommate, and we were just sitting there and we watched the moon eclipse, and it was the most awesome thing I've ever seen in my life. And thinking back to when that happened, it was had to be in 2000 something, 2002, 3 or 4 or 5. It was somewhere around there. I don't really remember, but or I don't remember the date. But thinking back to that time, boy, was I thrown into a shift. And I do remember some crazy things happening to me before that lunar eclipse. I was on my way to work, and I hit a crow. And not only did I hit the damn bird, big ass crow, his foot got stuck in my windshield wiper on my car, and me and my roommate, we screamed. We didn't know what to do, and we thought it was like a bad, dark omen. It was this most scariest shit I've ever experienced in my life. I stopped at a gas station, and I asked, you know, anybody else that was a man or a woman that wasn't afraid to touch dead animals, if they could take this bird off of my windshield, because his foot, I don't know, it was all jacked up. It was creepy, it was freaky. And then we saw that lunar eclipse, and that we were like, oh wow, this is an omen. And then after that, me and my roommate had this horrible fight. We kind of broke up. We weren't dating, she was my friend. I mean, like a friendship breakup. And I never talked to her again. She was very angry. Kind of a bummer, because she was awesome, you know. And to this day, I've never spoke to her again. I don't even know how to contact her. But one thing led to another. Those 3 hurricanes hit back to back in that time frame. I lost my job. I lost my apartment. I lived in my car. I lived in hotels. With my children, I had 2 children at the time. They were small. They were like 5 and 3. And God, it had to be 2005, around the time period of 2003 to 2005, because I ended up moving back to New York. And yeah, so a huge shift happened in my life. And I'm just sharing some personal information just to show you how strong eclipse energies are. So you may have felt these energies for some time now, you know, this lunar eclipse energy that is upon us right now. Let me sip my coffee again. It's early, you guys. I'm trying to get it together. Again, I've been up since 2 o'clock. I couldn't sleep. My dreams have been crazy. My dreams have been so crazy that I can't tell the difference between reality and dream state. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, did that really happen? So again, you may have felt the energy for, you know, the last couple of weeks now. Most hypersensitive people, I'm one of those hypersensitive people. My clock is dinging. It is now 5 o'clock, you guys. Most hypersensitive people may have felt these energies for the last 2, maybe even 3 weeks before this eclipse happened. And the energy that you were feeling or picking up on was most likely very, very, very intense. You may have even sensed that something huge is going to happen or something huge is brewing up. Because I know that many people have commented on my videos, my last couple of videos, expressing that they've been, you know, feeling like something big is going to happen or something huge is going to, I don't know, shift them or shift us globally. I mean, I know that we've been going through this whole thing with this whole coronavirus, and then the murder hornets, and then the children being sick with some sort of Kawasaki something or other, and then these crazy riots happened, and it's just been so much stuff globally, you guys, and it's the energy that's happening out there. It's the energy. Lots of crazy energy. You may have also felt shifts in your energy, you know, your energy field and your physical body. I know I have. I've shared in my last couple of videos or even in my most recent video, I shared that I felt like I was coming down with a sinus infection, and today I'm fine. I do believe it was the ascension flu. And when you get the ascension flu, you feel these like flu-like symptoms. But if you're like me, I mean, not everybody has flu-like symptoms per se. You might even have symptoms like, you know, you're coming down with a really bad cold or a sinus infection or something, you know. It just makes you feel really crappy, but it doesn't last as long as a real, you know, viral flu or sickness. Eclipses open the doors of change for many people, or, you know, you may experience a lot of change. So it's a good idea to stay optimistic and positive and stand in a vibration of, I don't want to sound all like hippy dippy, but a high vibration of love and joy. You truly do want to hold a high vibration. That's all I'm saying. You want to have a positive mindset. Even in a negative situation, you just want to try to change your perspective a little bit and find, you know, the positive in a bad situation, because a bad situation can ultimately be a very blessing situation for you. You just don't see that blessing because you're too focused on the negative, or, you know, the bad part of that situation. You know, eclipses can be a catalyst for you, and it can provide a cosmic platform for movement and opportunity, and, you know, even bring up sudden surprises in your life. So through all of these hard moments, you may feel not only going through difficult situations, you may feel physical symptoms. For me, I expressed I had that pain in my neck. I haven't been able to sleep. My back was hurting. I had a breakout on my face. I was feeling sick, like ascension sickness. And in the end, life is amazing. I don't feel like I'm not holding that against myself or the universe. You know, I'm embracing it. Once I stepped out of the victim, low vibrational, woe is me mentality, the dark cloud literally lifted. Even though I talk to you guys and I give you guys advice and I share my life with you guys, doesn't mean I'm perfect. I still go through the human moments and, you know, and I have the human actions for a lot of things in my life. Just being on my path and going through this awakening has brought awareness into my life. So sometimes when I'm in that woe is me mentality, because I've been on my path, you know, I will have an awareness brought to my attention a lot faster than a person that has not been enlightened or has not been on a path to awakening. Sometimes that woe is me mentality, that victim mentality can last longer in people that are not consciously aware that they're even on a path to an awakening, if that makes any sense. Eclipse energy may also push you guys to make a major life decision, which you may not otherwise do or face, probably because you won't have a choice. It just like literally pops up and pushes you in it. It literally, eclipses can literally uproot you. They really can. Eclipses are very, very, very powerful in this way. I've experienced her wrath. I don't know if it's male or female, but it feels feminine, so that's why I say her wrath. And it's really not a bad thing. It's a funny thing. It's funny how life is. Eclipses act as a bridge of opportunity that push you to walk along into this new perspective, this new landscape. They force you to make changes. They force you to take the plunge. They wipe away past energy that no longer serves you and the way things used to be. And they make you realize that you don't want to go back to where you were once it moves you forward. You know, once you get pushed into something you're uncomfortable being in, and you push yourself through it, in the end, you realize it wasn't really that bad, or in the end, you know, you acknowledge or surrender, and you can see that it was a blessing. So you wouldn't want to go backwards anyway. It's the push that's the scary and hard part. I feel like Gaia, I feel like Earth has felt this change for a while because we've been dealing with a lot of chaos since 2020. But if you guys go back to my 2020 video, you will see that the energy update that I gave you guys, I kind of predicted all of this. Not that I'm like Nostradamus or anything, but I mean, I felt an energy shift. I knew something big was going to happen, and I was saying it even before January 2020. I was saying this back in 2019 that I felt something huge was going to happen, and it happened. It's happening. We're in it. And I believe, you know, because Gaia is closer to the cosmos, she was picking up on this energy way sooner than we, you know, us, were feeling it. So she's been feeling it for a while. She's changing. We're changing. Our economy is changing. The way everything's changing. Life has changed. Everything is just changing. So it's all happening. We're in the now. We're all experiencing this change right now. All of us. It's happening. The change is a domino effect. One thing changes, and then the whole row of normal just falls down. Boom, 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 boom. You know, the whole domino effect. Just everything falls down. Nothing is normal anymore. We are in the change. We are living in this new change, and we're just trying to figure it out. We're in the vortex where energy is swirling around, and we're like, whoa, what's going on? We're just trying to figure out how to stay grounded through all of this craziness. Eclipses expose anything weak or needing to go away or needing change. I needed to embrace people again. And I've expressed to you guys that, you know, I was in my hermit stage for a while, and I came out. I started to go back to work. I've been working for a year now. And I go in and out of these phases of not wanting to people because they're overwhelming. I used to be a person that, you know, traveled and went to these big shows. I shared with you guys that I managed my husband and, you know, going to big concert events and meeting people, taking pictures with people, and signing autographs with people, and networking. Those are all things I was totally comfortable doing. And then all of a sudden, when I started to go through my awakening, it felt like I didn't feel like me. I felt like a different person. I felt like I didn't know how to people. I didn't know how to navigate people. But then if you put me in a situation with people, I was fine. But then I could feel that I had enough of them. I would feel an anxiety that I just wanted to be alone and get away from all of these people. It just felt like an overwhelming, like being stuck in an elevator in between floors kind of feeling. I don't know. It was weird. My whole life has changed, like totally changed. What else? If you guys remember, not only did I need to embrace people, and that's something that I need to work on. It's my change, needing to embrace people. If you guys remember, I was recently just talking to you guys about having a pain in my neck. Well, I manifested that pain in my neck. If you want to know how I manifested that pain in my neck, go back 2 videos. I talk about it. I think it's one of my videos. I'm riding in my car. But honestly, you guys, eclipses are a gift in order to push you to make changes in your life. Because without a push, a lot of us would not make these changes in our life. You know, we would rather live and linger in this, you know, stale energy instead of pushing ourselves. A lot of us are very comfortable, you know, where we're at. Even if we don't like it, we're comfortable where we're at. So when we get that push is there to push us to change. Changes can be from anything from jobs, income, financial, or business changes. And it's not just negative. They can be positive or negative. They could push us into romantic relationships or out of romantic relationships. Well, I guess it wouldn't be romantic if it's pushing you out, right? It could push you into making improvements in your relationships, or maybe an engagement or a breakup or a separation or a divorce, or even meeting somebody new altogether. Eclipses can cut certain people or toxic people or even friendships out of your life, even family out of your life. Health issues may come up. I've noticed an increase of brain fog. I'll share with you guys a crazy story. So this morning about 2:30, I was boiling some water, you know, my lemon, cayenne pepper, sea salt water to steam my sinuses. Well, I came over here and I was working on my video and I forgot. The fire alarms all went off this morning. I woke everybody up. I was scared. I couldn't figure out where or why the smoke alarm was yelling fire, fire. And I could smell something that smelled like baking, and I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? And then I was like, okay, I'm smelling a ghost baking stuff. I totally forgot. I feel so dumb. I ran upstairs to my husband. Oh my God, I think there's a fire in the walls or something. Then I ran back downstairs to investigate, and I went into the kitchen. I was like, oh my God, I'm freaking boiling water, and the water boiled out. I felt so dumb. I went back upstairs. I'm like, false alarm, go back to bed. So I ripped everybody out of bed at 2:30 in the morning. False alarm. I can't believe I forgot. It totally just like it never happened. Like I never put that freaking pot on the stove and turned it on high and boiled the damn water. I'm like total blonde moment. Total duh. Like I don't even know. Total wiped away from my timeline, that's for sure. I don't know. That was craziness though. All the water, all the pepper, all the salt, all the lemon peels, everything just like burnt down to nothing. Oh God. I don't know. I just feel like it's something that I should have remembered. I just felt embarrassed that I forgot. I can't believe that I just drew a blank and forgot. I hate when things like that happen to me because I feel like, I hope it's not something serious. I hope it's not like early signs of dementia or anything crazy, but I don't like to think like that. So I did have a very wicked bad migraine. I mean, not only did I have that strange weird dream, I also had such a bad migraine that I just couldn't shake it. So I had to come downstairs. I had to get up because I just could not lay down anymore. So I would like to think that I want to blame it on the migraine, and I was just trying to focus on making my head feel better. I feel fine now. Also, with these eclipses, you guys may have noticed or may notice an increase in illnesses in a lot of people. And I'm not just talking about the coronavirus. I mean, that could be a part of this, a huge part of this, because these are some huge energy vortexes from these eclipses that are coming in. Like, everything that's happening is really changing us. I mean, one of my subscribers, friends, that is on this YouTube platform is also following me on my Instagram platform and sent me something along the lines of, you know, I wish I had my phone next to me, but something like, you know, he gave me dates, years of when these alignments happened with the planets that we're in now, and catastrophic things happened then, and we're back in that alignment, and things are happening now. But the things that happened then is peanuts compared to what's happening to us now. It's like everything that's happening to us now is not just one thing or two things. It's like a lot of things. It's like it's an overwhelming amount of things that are happening. I'll post that picture that he sent me with that information to the community tab, so you guys can read what he sent me, because it was like interesting. I want to fact check it though. I just don't want to share because somebody shared it with me, but I feel like it's pretty accurate. Like I can feel it in my heart center that what I read was pretty accurate. But yeah, so these eclipses, this eclipse, you may have noticed an increase in illness in people, and like I mentioned, not with just the coronavirus. I know myself, I know people personally that are ill from other diseases, from like diabetes or cancer, and it's mostly been diabetes. Everybody I know that I've talked to that's sick, that ended up in the hospital during this whole virus, this whole Rona stuff, they were people that had diabetes. Yeah, most of them are people that had diabetes. Also, I have a few friends that are fighting cancer, and one of my friends recently, just a couple days ago, crossed over after losing her battle to cancer. Her name was Jamie, and she lived in Massachusetts. So she is now flying high on the other side, shining her beautiful light. You know, you may notice now that I mention it, you know, this about people being sick, that anyone that is suffering from an illness that is or can be fatal, the illness has reached a more serious or critical level, and they're in a more, how can I word this? Their state of health is more poor than it was. I feel like I need more coffee, you guys. I feel like my words are not coming out right. I also feel like I felt this yesterday too. I felt like when I was speaking to people that I was, how can I explain it to make sense? I was outside of my body and I was talking and I was fast. I was exuberant. I don't know why that word is coming up. I don't even know if that's the correct word to use. I was fast. I was loud. I was excited. I was overly excited when I was having conversations. It was just like I was too much to handle for certain people. And that I could feel that in their energy. So I had to pull myself back. And when I pulled myself back in, I was like, whoa, I feel like I just pulled myself. I felt like myself was outside of my body, looking at my body, but looking at the person I was talking to. And I was aware, all of this is happening all at one time. Like everything was just like boom, 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 total understanding. And then when I pulled myself back in is when I realized, holy crap, I felt like I was outside my body and I was living on two levels, communicating and watching myself communicate. I don't know. It was just, I don't even know how to explain it to even make it make sense. It was just weird. I feel like I'm faster. Ooh, I have a weird hot sensation on my left side of the body rib. It felt like something burned me. That was weird. Ooh, I still feel it. Like a really, even when I touch it, it's warm. Spirit is like, shh, don't say anything else. I'm being touched. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, everything is weird. I was outside of my body. I was just talking and I don't know. I just feel like words are coming out before I can even think about them. It's just like I talk before I think. Maybe that's how brain fog happens. But you're not talking. You're too focused on something else to think. But yeah. I know I kind of took myself off track here. Getting back to people that are in poor health. So this energy may speed up their poor health situation. So if you may know somebody that is a diabetic and all of a sudden they're in the hospital because they had a diabetic stroke. Or you may know somebody that has cancer and like Jamie, they just got the results back that everything was good. She beat it and everything was great. And then all of a sudden overnight, boom, she's in the hospital and she only has a couple of days to live. It's like it sped up something in her, within her, in her physical level. And she passed. You know, she dropped her avatar and she made her exit into the other realm. Instead of moving up on a level physically, she chose to move up on a different level. She chose to cross over and assist us in the higher realms. And I know it sounds negative, but you have to understand that we all have a plan and we all agreed to a plan before we incarnated here. So she agreed to do this, and her actions in the physical happened, you know, for a certain reason, for certain people in her life around her that it affects. And her crossing over, now she's on the other side assisting. That's how I look at it. So let's switch gears, because I don't want to bring anybody's energy down. I don't want to make anybody sad. Death is very sad, even though it should, because we were raised not to know, not to fear it. I'm still struggling with the whole thing of fear, even though I know it's not the end, and I have a video out there for you guys. But I do have my moments where I struggle, especially when I find out, you know, somebody passed away, and it's sad because you're never going to see that physical aspect of them, but you have to remember their spiritual aspect is out there, And just because our eyes, the cones in our eyes, doesn't always allow us to see unless you're hyper aware or sensitive and you have the gift of seeing, it's sad not to be able to be in the presence of that person anymore. Okay, again, let's just switch gears here. Now, these eclipse energies may be the energy that pushes you to relocate in life or move into another house. On a positive note, eclipse energy can provide you with a positive, you can do it, go get 'em kind of attitude. I mean, look at me, you guys. I did a live video the other day. Yay me. I did a live. I know I didn't give you guys any notice, but I did a live. And it wasn't so bad. I was so scared to do these lives for so long. I don't even know why, but I just felt pushed. I felt motivated. I don't know why or how I felt motivated, but I just did. And I just did it. And it wasn't that bad. So if there's something that you have been wanting to do, or if there's something that scares you, I encourage you to just try it, okay? Just try it. An eclipse energy can just push you out of your comfort zone. And Glitch, if you're watching and listening to this, I am not that comfortable to hold a spider yet. He's helping me work on my fear of spiders. And I can honestly say, I can confidently say that I'll probably never willingly let a spider crawl on me. None. Tarantula or small spider, none. However, I am changing my perspective, with them. I'm not looking at them I'm trying not to look at them as these ugly creatures, but I'm working on it. I did see a spider when the alarm was going off in the house. A little baby spider made a little web from the banister to my nightlight, and my first instinct was kill it. And then I was like, oh, don't kill it. He's just a baby. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to let him stay there, and hopefully he just, crosses his little web bridge and wanders away and finds a new home. But it's also a symbol that I'm on the right path because it's a synchronicity for me. It's one I wish I didn't have. I wish they used like kittens or horses or I don't even know, a different kind of animal creature or bug. But I was blessed with the spider. But the spider is actually a very powerful symbol to have. And I read it in one of my books. I think I was going through books yesterday, and it was like, whoa, this is crazy. It's like it's connected to one of the gods. Off the top of my head, I don't know which one. I just know it was connected to one of the gods. But I can share that with you guys another time. I could probably even take a picture of it and share it on the community tab if you're really interested in knowing more about spiders and their energy and their symbolism for you. They're also good luck. If you see spiders, they're supposed to be luck with, life and money and stuff like that. I see a lot of spiders, so I should be like a millionaire because I have tons of spiders in my house. This house, the last house, and every other house I've ever lived in. Anyways, moving forward. During this eclipse season, things are illuminated, or during any eclipse season, actually, things will be illuminated, and truths will be revealed. Remember that I said that. Truths will be revealed. Anything hidden or brushed under the carpet or closed in the closet will come up to the surface for illumination and processing. Remember that I said this. Be aware of it. God knows this came up for me a couple of times within the last couple of days, and it will come out at anything or for anything. It will come out for anything that you've ignored, anything that you've denied or not seen. It will come up. If you're being secretive, it may not out you, but it will give you a warning. It may give you a warning. If it has mercy for you, it will give you a warning if you're lucky. So what I'm saying is you can continue to brush it under the carpet. You can continue to lock it in the closet. You can continue to lock it away in a little Pandora's box in the back of your brain and, shove it in a locker and throw away the key or however you secretly put shit away. But it will find a way to seep out and be like, hey, I'm here for you. Are you ready to tell the truth yet? Are you ready to face me yet? It'll make its way, and the eclipse energy will help it find its way to you. Okay? So be prepared. What else? Eclipses also have the power to bring to the surface and illuminate what was otherwise buried, hidden, or repressed. I don't know why I can't talk all of a sudden. Like my tongue and lips and everything are like, blah, blah, blah. They lost the muscle movement. Actually, I'm starting to feel that feeling where I'm outside of my body and talking faster than I can think or read. So I have to pull myself in. 3 cups of coffee probably is not helping. What else? Eclipses provide the opportunity to energetically acknowledge and become aware of any current and past issues so that you can come to terms with them and let them go. Let them go, you guys. We are in the full moon cycle. The full moon is tonight. This is a perfect time to practice letting go. We want to let go, and I always sing this song, let it go, let it go. Play the song, and search for it on YouTube. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration to let go. So let go, you guys. This is the time to let it go. Not only is it a full moon, but it's a lunar full moon eclipse. So this is a perfect time to just purge and burn again. It's time to purge and burn, you guys. I know the last time I told you guys to do it, it was a different moon cycle, but it was still a cycle of the moon phase that was preparing you for the full moon to let go, preparing you for the new moon cycle to allow, accept the new to come into your life. So no new things can come in until you let go of old things, but this eclipse is dredging up things that you've been suppressing and hiding and not being truthful about. So the other cycle, the other moon cycle that you guys were letting go, that was just stuff that was on the surface that was bothering you. This lunar eclipse full moon is digging deeper. It's taking it out of the box. It's unlocking it. It's opening it. It's opening the closet. It's lifting up the carpet. It's going to let it out. It's going to unleash it. So you might as well let it go before the energy of the lunar eclipse pushes it upon you and forces you to face it. I'd rather just face something without being forced to face it. That's just something, my opinion. Because it will definitely make you face the truth and confront your fears head on, and it's just better that you release them energetically, willingly. Trust me. Eclipse energy will also provide you with the full picture, and you will receive a new heightened perspective. This is the time when you can put all of those puzzle pieces together and move on. I love when I get new puzzle pieces. I love when that new puzzle piece makes my picture more clear, and that's what this energy is doing. During an eclipse, someone's true character or motivations might be revealed. I've witnessed a few new characteristics and lack of motivation in many people that I've known all of my life, and I'm just shocked, like shocked. So So you can see someone for who they truly are. Just sit back and watch. It's hard not to judge, honestly. Um, Especially in my situation, it's hard not to judge. So I just send them love and, light, and I really hope that karma does not make them drown in their sorrows, or karma is really, I don't know. Maybe what's happening is a lesson for me. Maybe it's not even about them. It's something for me, and I acknowledge it. And maybe it's a test. But God, it's why does it have to be a test that pulls at your heartstrings? Like, honestly, it's so annoying. But anyways, it will do that. Any sense of disappointment will be dissolved, and you will be able to see the darker, hidden, or shadow aspect of certain people and their true character. It's a bummer when you find out some people's true character, that they're not who you thought they were. Sometimes you just need to give it time. It truly is a bummer, but it's also a blessing. Anything that is bummer or bad or negative that you feel that's, blah, try to find the blessing in it. There is always a blessing in it, even though it doesn't feel like it, but there is. Sometimes it's disappointing, but that disappointment is what you needed to change something about you. This will help you solve issues and move on in a new light. Even if it breaks your heart, just move on. I know that is easier said than done. Trust me, I know. I'm one of those people that I can give advice, but I have a hard time taking my own advice. Even though I know what's good for me, I don't know. It's like a glutton for punishment, I guess. But it will offer you insight and can push you to move forward to make, positive changes, the positive changes that you need to walk your path. It's a purging process. So you might notice that this eclipse energy is pushing you through a purge. You might notice that you're getting antsy. You might notice that you have these new pains and aches in your body. I've had these nonstop aches and pains in my body forever. It's like they never stop. My life is just one big purge. I don't know. It feels like I'm always in pain. I'm always dealing with something. Your sleep might be a little interrupted, and I've shared with you guys that I literally can't sleep during the full moon cycle. That really messes with me. So a lunar, that's just really making everything crazy. I was up today at 2 o'clock in the morning, burning water, lack of water. My sleep pattern has just been totally crazy. I don't know. It's a whole new level, you guys. You may have even noticed that for the last week, you were getting tired easy, and you've needed to rest. I shared with you guys that I slept on and off for 3 days. Some of you guys shared with me and everybody else on this platform that it also affected you when I shared that post, that a lot of people have been very tired, very sleepy, very drowsy. Also, you may have a heightened sense of awareness. Even if you can't quite put your finger on it, you know that something's up. You just don't know what it is. You may feel like this pull that something is coming or is going to be revealed, or something's going to happen. You may have even had such an heightened awareness. You may have even experienced like paranormal things or activity happening around you, seeing shadow figures, light orbs, apparitions, hearing things. And it's not all in your head. These things are happening. They're always happening. You just don't know that because you're not aware of it. Right now, you're probably just having this heightened awareness, and you're actually noticing it. It's being brought into your conscious awareness. So you're aware consciously. My cat's going crazy. Better not jump on this table and knock down my tablet, Missy. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's talking. What else? Eclipses can also manifest news of some kind. And it's not always bad news, it could be good news too. This can mean news that comes with a sense of shock or unexpected surprise. Again, not always bad, could be good news as well. And even can tell you that, it can even bring news of big changes to come. Sometimes it may mean that you need to move fast or act fast. It could also mean that you might hear about some major life events, which are actually what we're experiencing right now. We're experiencing major life events currently, globally. This stuff is going on. We are in it. We are in the change. We are in the now. We are in the vortex. So pay attention to any news and messages that you may receive, as well as any signs or synchronicities or anything mysterious from the universe. My advice to you would be to accept and acknowledge the information and move on. There's no going back during an eclipse. It's move forward. There's no going backwards. It's always forward. Change, forward, move on. Acknowledge, embrace, and surrender. That is my advice to you. Eclipses have a way of speeding things up, and your schedule can just suddenly change dramatically. Everything changes. And I also like to mention, since we're talking about change and scheduling and all that jazz, I work, most of you guys know that I work in the marina and the restaurant. It's one big building, and we have the marina on the first floor, we have the restaurant on the second floor, and we have lodging on the third floor. And the marina opened a couple weeks ago, but the restaurant has been closed, and then phase 1 allowed us to open for takeout only, and then all of a sudden, boom, overnight, Cuomo says, okay, you can open for outdoor seating in phase 2, something that he said no about, and then all of a sudden he says yes about. And which is weird, because it's like this coronavirus completely disappeared. It went from no, you can't do this, to yes, you can do this. It's like these riots happened and the coronavirus never existed. So yeah, we're in phase 2. We're allowed to all of a sudden seat outside, but we're not prepared to do that. And I just found out that phase 3 might be happening at the end of, sometime this week or something like that. It might even be approved already, for all I know. I haven't watched the news. I found out about phase 2 because people were calling. I don't know, time is just going by so fast, and things are just changing, and schedules, and just it's just crazy. I noticed 1 minute in my day, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and then the next minute it's 10 o'clock at night, and then I'm sitting here wondering, where the hell the day went? What did I do today? Everything is just, I don't know, it's just crazy. Where am I? I lost where I was. Let me sip my coffee, you guys. So yeah, there is a great sense of acceleration happening and forward movement happening in your life. It will feel like time is moving just like super duper fast. So make every minute count. Be more conscious in your waking hours. Be more service to others. Be in the now moment. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And also serve yourself. Not just serve other people, but serve yourself. And when I say serve yourself, I mean that by taking care of yourself and pampering yourself if you need to. Because we tend to ignore ourselves when we're taking care of others. And it's important to take care of yourself too. Ground yourself, meditate, salt bath, yoga, or it doesn't even have to be yoga. It could be any other kind of energy work. Just take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. During eclipse season, this is a good time to journal if you're not already doing it, and reflect upon things like what and who is eclipsing your life and casting a shadow over it. What's coming up to the surface, what's coming out of Pandora's box, what is blocking your light, who is dimming your light, who's bringing you down and throwing you off of, pulling you into this like negative Nancy state of mind. You want to stay on track, you guys. What is blocking you from being happy? What is blocking you from being true? What is blocking you from being your authentic true self? Who is affecting, what is affecting your life in ways that make you angry, make you upset, and make your energy pull down into a low vibration? So you want to, take some time to write that in your journal and reflect on that. Some dates that are coming up, some eclipse dates that are coming up are today, June 5th, lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, June 24th, solar eclipse, July 5th, lunar eclipse, November 30th, lunar eclipse, December 14th, solar eclipse. So be aware of those dates. These are all ideal times to revisit what was happening in your life at, around that time frame, last year. And also be aware of what's happening in your life this time. But now would be a good time to pull your journals out if you are journaling and, kind of ask yourself, what were you experiencing a year ago or 6 months ago? What was happening in your life then, and what's happening in your life now? Is there any changes? What has changed in your life over the last, 6 months, a year? What's happened in your life in the last 5 years? Was there anything you identified then as wanting or needing to change or let go of in order to grow? Have you grown? Have you changed? Has anything changed? If not, how could you move on? How can you move forward and be the change that you want to be? What do you need to let go of now in order to move forward in your life? What beliefs are you holding back? What changes are you currently experiencing in your life right now? What's new in your life? That's what's brewing up and coming to the surface. Remember that eclipses act like energetic gateways, allowing a heightened frequency to reach us and impact us on many, many, many levels. This makes eclipse cycles a very, very powerful time to focus on what you really want and to consciously manifest it. Things often feel accelerated around the eclipse season, and whatever needs to be dealt with will pop up. It will rear its head up. So stay grounded, have an open mind, be willing to accept any challenge that comes across your path, knowing that the energy of eclipses may feel intense. It's ultimately supporting you through massive transformations to help you align with your highest self, your true self, your future you, okay? Lunar eclipses are very powerful teachers. It changes needs to be, or what am I saying? Yeah, it changes what needs to be changed in your life in order to move forward. Did I say that right? It changes things. Yeah. So these lunar eclipses will change things about you in your life so that you can move forward. This eclipse is going to set that in motion. Any eclipse is going to set that in motion. It will push things along that can cause blunt changes and endings. So again, just be aware. Whatever comes up for you, trust that you are exactly where you need to be on your path. Even if you don't understand it, just trust it. Even if you can't see why something is happening, everything happens for a reason. Try to identify what the reason is. Okay? This week it could be a bit of an intense journey. Today may be very intense journey as you keep going down your path. Just remember to take care of yourself. Okay? Pamper yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen closely to what your higher self is telling you. your higher self is your future you, and your future you will never mislead you. And that's why I do those intuition exercises with you guys, because I'm teaching you how to listen to your higher self, how to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is your higher self. Your higher self is your future you. And your future you wants you to go down the right path, okay? It will never mislead you. And remember, a new you is being born. A new earth is being born. New cosmos are being born. Everything is birthing anew, and everything old and negative that no longer serves you is dying. And anyone who has given birth, any women out there that has ever given birth, they can tell you that the birthing process is a long and painful process. Being born can be very exhausting, painful. Oh, I don't know. My son, I was in labor with my son for 33 hours, and it was hard labor. It was back labor. It was intense, you guys. So it was not easy, but in the end, it was worth it. I want to end this with an affirmation for you guys, and you can say this. Dear universe, higher self, God, creator, source, whatever it is that you believe in, I am ready for this shift in my life. I surrender to you the things that no longer serve me for healing, cleansing, and purification. Help align my vision so that I may see things from an enlightened perspective and move forward with wisdom, grace, and strength. I open myself to the greatest possibilities the coming summer holds for me. I trust that I am on my path and exactly where I am meant to be. I am open to all the blessings you wish for me to experience and co-create with you. Sorry, Minerva was kind of like throwing me off because when I was talking, it was like she was mimicking me, but in her cat language. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you there with all of this because this video is over an hour long. I know my videos are long sometimes. I love you guys. Hang in there and don't let these eclipse energies knock you down, push you over. Remember, just stand strong, stand in your truth, and be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Embrace what's coming. Acknowledge it, embrace it, and then surrender to it. So I'm going to leave you with that. And if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to email me. My email address is down below. Bravery, if you are listening to this message, I know you said you sent me a couple of emails. I don't see them. So I posted my email address on one of your videos, on one of your most recent videos. I even checked my my spam and I didn't see it. For anybody else, I am still doing tarot cards, personal readings for you if you're interested. I'm still doing them by donation only. I'm still doing the numerology readings for $11.11. And also I'm going to start offering ascension guidance to anybody that is interested. So if you are interested in any of those things, please email me. Ascension guidance and tarot is by donation. The numerology is 1111. And if any of you guys would like to donate to my channel, you know that my favorite donation is time donation. So leaving a comment down below or writing me a letter. That's actually my favorite one. Writing me a letter and mailing it to me via snail mail. I don't know, that just, I get so excited when I get mail. You don't have to send me anything. You can just write me a letter. If you want to send me things, I'm grateful. They're gifts. I love gifts, but I enjoy your letters. I enjoy the energy, and I enjoy the old-fashioned communication with people. It's like technology took over, so I'm just trying to embrace the old nostalgic, writing people letters and mailing them. trying to get you guys out of that technology state of mind and, you know, being more physical with a pen or a pencil in your hand and a piece of paper, and really making you write and use some energy to, you know, write down your thoughts and stuff like that on paper. And if that's something you want to do and send an energy donation, my address is down below as well. If you want to send any cash donations, they're always accepted. And I have my, I use Cash App and I use PayPal. But yeah, I don't want you guys to feel like you have to send me anything. Just putting it out there. I love you guys. Sending you all kinds of love and light and joy, and raise your vibration and ride these energy waves. I love you guys. Mwah! Bye.